What's up? I'm Brandon Hansen, and this is
Owen Niles.
We're going to be doing a rundown on top events in the nation right now. Well, actually, internationally, from entertainment, health, technology/business. We have a similar story for that. Fashion, travel, food, and sports. We will be doing just a very slight rundown of it today. And Owen, you want to get us started off with our first story?
Yes. So for our first story under entertainment, we have play reviewers gave low scores to a shoe lady a bad review, nearly putting the show out of business before the show.
So the shoe lady, I don't know if you've heard of it at all, is I think it's a Broadway play that was supposed to be receiving like top-notch reviews, but didn't exactly get that. So we'll have to see in the future how many people arrive, but reviewers really did not give it a good score. And I hope that does not severely affect the show, because it's something that I almost hope goes on tour, because I kind of want to see it. I'm not flying to New York to see a play. And then we'll move on to health. Conditions for coronavirus and symptoms are very severe, but are hard to spot because COVID-19 is very similar and commonly mistaken for the flu. So make sure if you have any sickness of any kind, go to the doctor right away.
Because you gotta get tested and don't go anywhere.
Yeah, don't travel or go on a cruise. We don't need to ruin any more of those. You want to do technology and business?
So for technology and business, we have the Bank of America CTO and Key Cloud of strategist has left the bank. Which,
that's not
CTO, I forgot what it stands for. It has something to do with technology. Right?
What isn't it like?
Captain Technology.
Yeah, Captain Technological. I'm not gonna find the word. Officer. I want to see how this goes, because Bank of America's CTO and strategist probably had a lot of insight into the bank's just systems in general. I don't know if they were able to see any account numbers, but if they did, it could prove fatal to those people who banked with Bank of America. But most likely, it won't be much of a problem, because it's highly illegal, and but I do think there will be another company soon with a very similar way of doing things. Then on to fashion.
We have men's pearl necklaces are becoming trendy in new fashion lines. Well, when you think of pearl necklaces, you don't really think of, like, say, men in their modeling career, age 20 to 30, you know? They're just getting started or something. You don't really think of wearing pearl necklaces. Like, you'd think of, like, an old lady in some movie that wears, like, a turtleneck and a pearl necklace. You know, it's kind of weird on men.
Yeah.
We have some pictures here of men wearing.
I know Pharrell Williams is really tapping into the trend, which, I mean, not even Pharrell can pull this one off. So right here we have our image of Pharrell wearing a white pearl necklace. Now, I have to say, I don't mind the black ones as much, but a lot of big celebrities are really tapping into this style, which may or may not be the best idea.
Sexy men wear pearls too. Yeah, have pictures to prove it. Oh wow, their website's called The Pearl Source.
I don't think that this trend will last very long.
But wait, put it back on.
Pearls have lasted.
You see, that guy's pearl necklace, that's not a pearl necklace you think of when you think of pearl necklace. You think of bigger pearls than that. That's just like a bead necklace.
Yeah, this one isn't bad, but
it's like what like kids would wear on like St. Patrick's Day.
And the dark metallic-y ones really don't bother me that bad. I mean, they just look like a silver necklace, but once they get too extravagant, similar to this one, or this guy, it's a little too much. I think pearls are never going to go out of fashion, and they represent eccentricity, but I don't think the male market is the right market for them to be targeted to.
Yeah.
And then,
Moving on to travel, we have Sydney, Australia is having the best 2 recorded days weather-wise 2 days in a row.
yeah, in Australia, they're having the best weather they've had this time of year, like, ever. And that's 2 days in a row. So, go to
Fires
Sydney.
did good. Fires being put out did good. Or both. Or neither.
Yeah, I mean, I've never thought of Australia as, like, the place to go, but I'm sure I can find some nice pictures of Sydney.
I've always thought of Australia as a place that I wouldn't want to go because I like summertime and, it's hot there. It's really close to the equator.
Bring home a pet kangaroo.
Yeah, their culture has always seemed like.
Oh my goodness. I mean, what can I say other than holy sunset?
That's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, and eccentric. Speaking of travel, if you could go anywhere, Owen, where would you go?
I want to go back to Disney World in Florida.
I'd like to go to Disney World, but if I had to pick anywhere, I've always wanted to go to the Kremlin in Moscow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of the Men in Black movie. Wait.
I've always wanted to visit Red Square. It'd
Tom
be
Cruise. Mission Impossible. Ghost Protocol, I think it was. Hold up, Kemlin.
I did look up Kremlin.
Kemin, not even Kemlin. Don't exactly have the best typer here.
I type like 15 words per minute. Get on
Oh,
my
really?
level.
Jeez, I do 70, but
I know it. I've heard that like you could dip the White House in gold for the amount of gold that they use in a single room in this building, and combined with the entire beauty of Red Square and all the eccentric palaces.
Go back to that picture. The caption was pretty interesting. Wait, that wasn't it. The last picture you just added.
This is the last one I was on.
No. It had a price that I found interesting for a tour. It had a 2-hour tour for about $50 for a family, which seems a little, wow. What? We're getting off topic. Anyways. Yeah, so, good job, Sydney. Australia's doing good. It's nice to hear.
Yeah. For food, according to recent studies, strawberries can help improve weight loss paired with the right diet. Which I've never thought of strawberries as a weight loss food. I know they're incredibly high in natural sugars. Still being natural, but lots of sugar is never good for anything.
And I've been eating strawberry and Nutella sandwiches recently that are pretty good. I didn't think of it being the most healthiest option, but I mean, it doesn't say health. It says food. It doesn't say weight loss.
Moving on to sports. At the NFL league meeting, several teams are proposing rule changes. I don't know what that could mean, but I don't know. I hope it doesn't affect the nature of the game. I know they call targeting, which sometimes it's hard to tell if it's really targeting because when you're playing that game, like, there's a lot of things that happen, and if you bonk heads with someone, then sometimes that's just how the cards were dealt. Most of the time, I don't believe it's on purpose. But we'll have to see coming up how these new changes look, and hope it doesn't affect the
sport in general.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully it doesn't affect the game, and I don't know what the rules are. Not sure that was stated exactly, but they might be big ones. And if they're big ones, we might see a change in the game. And if we see a change in the game, it won't actually. We'd have to find out what the rules are to make points on it, I would guess. Oh boy.
Alright, this is Burnt Tomatoes Rose
How do you feel?
signing out.
Oh,
That is the best picture.
I have long hair. Wow.
That is awesome.
What a journey.